Hey guys, girls, and non-binary folks. Oops. I want to click on. Working on Hodag still. I haven't actually implemented the changes that I said I'd make before finals, and we're still going to continue on this because I want to start working on version 2 pretty much immediately after finals. I might actually, after finals, I'm probably going to focus on video stuff for a bit, at least on my free time. In the streams, I'm still going to work on CAD because that's kind of the whole point. But during my free time, it's going to be lots of videos because I'm behind. I'm not ahead at all, which is rough. Because I'm going to want to do a event recap for finals, and then I'm going to want to do a season recap for Bigfoot. Obviously, I don't feel the need to make a season recap for Hodag because I only went to one event. And maybe one fight at finals if we're lucky. But yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. One thing I've decided to change based on some feedback I got on the video is this feature that I had part of the faceplate. I'm gonna have be a separate piece. I think I might also do the bottom plate out of carbon fiber. We'll see. Go off this one. This has to be because I want to make the bottom plate carbon fiber, so I'm gonna have to have it be its own separate plate piece. Big V2 is the strip amount. Actually, sorry, I'm making this its own separate part. Don't forget that next weekend, next stream we're going to be doing finals prep stuff because I'll specifically be going over the bracket, talking about predictions, talking about some matchups that I'll have to prepare for. Because we're going to have to be prepared for finals. So the brackets actually came out yesterday, so I probably could have started talking about it today, but then I wouldn't have much to talk about next week, and that's closer to finals, and I want to keep it in people's brains a little bit, sooner rather than later. I think this part's gonna mostly be kind of like an extrusion because it's going to coincide with the screw amount. So that way the layer lines should be pretty sturdy. Forgot to close the upstairs door going to the basement. We're talking on the but yeah, I'm not super busy stream today. It's Halloween, so I'm in my One Punch Man costume, but other than that, I don't have anything special planned. So I'm gonna do, I could have done just like an offset entities, but we're gonna do a distance made. Parallel. Parallel. Actually, no. We're just gonna. It's often easier to do things within. Incidents. It's not. Like collinear with something. That might have been. Do. And then we want to, of the obvious reasons, this 10 is wait, I'm trying to do 8. I'm really annoyed because I basically did this same feature last stream. Do I want that to be straight down like that? It'll work either way, I think. We want this to be, I think we want this to, because otherwise it's going to create some weird feature with the bottom. Now the real question is, if this goes straight up, that's going to be not, don't want it to go. What is the minimum? You know what I'm gonna do? This. No, we don't. Do a little trick. This. perpendicular to this. Oh, there's some. That perpendicular to that. And now I forgot half the way I was trying to do. Now, then if we do this to here, make that collinear. This is going to give us a problem with changing these huge assemblies. Make those collinear. And now they're collinear, and that's going to give us the shortest distance. We're going to go to that to there, that to there. Also, collinear. Make that. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because I think what happens. Oh, that's the problem. I didn't want to make it coincident to the corner. Oh, that's not what I want. Because the problem I made is I made it coincident to the corner, not to the. That equal. That. Okay. Now this is in such a way that I'm having this as close to being vertical as possible while not having it. That took way longer than it probably should have. Come here. Wait. Nope, we got a full. Extrude it. We want to support at least probably as much as the metal part of the server. Oh, hi there. How's your Halloween going? Yeah, 20 millimeters. Surprised we didn't get any trick-or-treaters tonight. And maybe it was the weather. Because we have a front-facing, like, condo. Like, our condo faces the road. Oh, there's Daisy making an appearance. Yeah. I mean, as you get older, Halloween becomes less of a thing, especially when it's during a weekday. My work tried to do a bunch of, Halloween themed stuff. The costume contest and everything. What's funny is that recently I've probably dressed up more for Halloween than I usually do the last couple of years. Because I know for a lot of years I didn't actually dress up for Halloween, but the last, 3 or so since I've moved back home or back to Madison, I've actually dressed up more. Kind of ironic. gonna actually measure it from the edge. Kind of. Actually, probably coincide. Because I forgot that these things are a certain distance for a reason. Because the laser cutting parts that are that thick, I need the extras. We'll just do even. I don't really see a reason. Wait, is that an issue? I didn't think about the fact that the servo is gonna be right. Try to go through the servo. Whoops. Yeah, because if that hole goes through, that screw is going to be pumped up against the servo. Yeah, actually. Actually, you know what I'm going to make it not symmetrical. That's still logical. Good. I could also bring it back all the way here. I think it'll be more stable if I make it a little bit bigger and make. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna do it the right way, and actually. Instead of this. Stand vibes. Them. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that, no, I don't want that. That's not what I need. I want to be perpendicular to. That's why. Weird. What happens when you get huge assemblies? It's things just sort of start being part of things that, or like not being, but really likes to attach things. Do that. We're gonna go back to our. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Breathe that. Not going to make it align to that hole because that hole doesn't really exist. I think it exists, but it's not. It can't hurt you. Then from there, we're going to put, we're not going to be symmetrical because I don't want that too close to the edge while this is anything other than the edge. Different concerns at each edge. Here, I'm concerned about being at the edge of the printed part. Here, I'm concerned about being the edge. I was debating if I want to try to have this like a feature that comes over the top. Make it more secure. Although that might be. Oh, I think it's because I haven't. Be just short of where that hole is. Flip 10. Cut. What are you doing? What exactly make it harder? Bit disturbing. Trying to have a part go over the top. I mean, it would still be able to slide in because it's already how it was before it was let in. I mean, it'd have to be a much more precise fit. I just want to have the servo have the least chance to move, but I think it's probably fine. I think anything, this is probably good enough. This is probably good enough. Especially because there'll be TPU on top of it, so because this will be either PLA plus or polycarbonate, and everything green is TPU. Because this is gonna sit in the back of the robot. And right now there's this TPU on top of it and it's just sort of open. I'm selecting it, so yeah. Our current. Yeah, I definitely broke some. Because I think I made it. Yeah, because I really feel like I overdo it sometimes. Oh, we're in inches. I feel so dumb, the fact that I thought it would be a good idea to mix. I don't know why on earth I thought it would be a great idea to do inches and metric and switch between the two. Would not recommend doing that. That is an absolutely barbaric thing of me to do. Absolutely barbaric. Because the problem is, because, you know, being in the US, if I want custom laser cut parts, it's oftentimes better to do things in inches because that's what most companies do things in. But then I get supplied parts for combat robots that are in metric. Okay, that's honestly the most annoying part about using the imperial system, using inches and stuff, is the fact that it doesn't mean you don't have to use metric. It'll fit fine. Yeah, there's so many errors that happens when you have a huge assembly and you like to change things or have to change things. Had to make so many changes. Honestly, I probably could have given breathing. Actually, wait a minute. This is it's give this so much material. This is I'll have to go back to it anyway. Fill it, did I? Probably just gonna get. You don't need that. You give that. Did. So this is going to be, because before this part was just mounted into the TPU back, and it basically, the servo would rotate kind of in it. I want to do the bottom plate last because the bottom ends up being all the holes and are pretty much dependent on all the rest of the parts. I think we're going to move on to the sides. I want to get rid of this feature right here because I won't need it. And I kind of want to make this just a little bit further in a way that it covers this without necessarily the bottom part going everything. gonna start out with this part because circle. I think that was miraculous. Hey, you guys be nice. Cats are growling at you. Because my goal here is just to protect the hub. Actually, because this part of the hub is partially. Yeah. Actually, it was gonna do. Up. Actually, we're gonna do two different. We're gonna do. We're gonna do 30. That's just gonna be to prevent direct hits to the hub. Because the urethane itself, it's better if we hit the urethane than, or if the urethane gets hit and the hub. Because even though foam tires obviously aren't the same, don't work quite the same. Urethane tires don't work the same as your foam tires, but not completely dissimilar. They do chunk more than like the hub. I'm tempted acted. Right now I have the shoulder bolt just going into this. But it's gonna be a lot harder to do that. Yeah, because Gonna be like, actually, gonna be really harder, a lot harder for this to. Just see what it looks like. Not going to be on this sketch plane. How's Bigfoot doing? I have to assemble my one configuration that I was sort of waiting to see the bracket for, but my two like primary like configurations, like the fork configuration and the wedge one, are fully assembled basically. So I have two fully assembled copies, and into finals we'll have a third fully assembled copy. I don't have to do any CAD to get Bigfoot ready because I sort of already did that based on everyone, not just based on the first two fights. I am not looking forward to the first two fights of finals. Yes, I am wearing a Saitama costume. I wore this to work, and I normally have a beard. I shaved my beard for this costume so I could there's like a hole. There's a belt. I wasn't wearing the gloves because it's you not feed you before she left? Yeah, it's a Saitama costume for Halloween. I figured I would wear it on stream because I'm streaming on Halloween despite not doing a Halloween themed stream. My first fight's against Ampere at finals. We didn't do so great against them the first time we fought them, but the first time we fought them, we underestimated them. So I was running that was with version 2, the old version, where I was using N20s. We were winning for the first part of it, but when he got a pop on us, the motors came disconnected. Like I think it was like 2 of the motors, like maybe even 3. I think it was 3 of the motors, the connection just came disconnected. And since then, actually, before then, I started doing the hot glue to reinforce the connections, but for some reason, because it was the old version, I hadn't quite done it to that. So we ended up losing. But I think we can actually beat them. I think even though like nobody in their brackets, I wouldn't say nobody, most people had us losing to them, but. And then if we win that one, we're probably fighting Blight in the second round, which is, I mean, not ideal. My driving strategy for Ampere is probably what I do against most of them. I'll probably use TPU forks for Ampere, since I printed out those for the drums so they can get bent up. And I'm probably just gonna, not let them get to the side of me. I've been doing a lot of drive practice to like being used to driving upside down and self-righting after what happened last bet spots, where I spent more time upside down than I have all season. I was also going to rewatch some of Ampere's fights. I don't remember their driving style super well, At least some of their more recent fights. My strategy for Blight, I might go with a different setup. Like, because I made a setup for control matchups. And if I end up fighting Blight, I might use that. Because it's got lower infill prints. But I think Blight doesn't have a super devastating weapon. So I think being able to get underneath them more is going to be more valuable than having the extra bit of TPU. So that's for Blight. For, yeah, Ampere, it's mostly just, I'll have to review some fight footage to actually get a drive strategy. If we both, I know if both of us win our first couple of fights, you and I are going to be fighting in for our third fight or something. At least my third fight. I don't remember what fight it would be for you. I think our third fight would be against each other. But that's assuming I beat Blight, which is a big if. Yeah, I know Ampere is also doing a bunch of major changes to his robot. So that could go either way. It could either make it much scarier or something could... Oh, you're second. I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't look that closely. I was just based on my my bracket that I was looking at. I noticed it'd be my third fight, your second fight. And it depends on if... What's funny is that you probably would end up fighting... Because I think you fight Blackout. Or probably fight Blackout. I don't have the bracket in front of me, but... And Blackout is definitely a pretty good bot. But... Although I think I'd have I think I would have a better chance against Blackout than I would you, because... they would be easier for Bigfoot to control than you, and we saw it happen. And we saw it happen at Bet Spots. You kicked our butt twice, so. The only thing I would really have going into finals that I didn't at Bet Spots is that I practiced driving upside down and self-righting, which, because we spent a lot of that fight upside down. But that is an issue I didn't think of. Screws going right into that. Cats. Hey, cats are fighting. But yeah, that's a problem. I'm trying to push these wheels out because there's just not enough room. I think in order to do that, I'm going to have to make this less of a... I'm going to have to make it not this shape, so that this ends up being... So much work making that feature. I'm going to have to push this. Actually, we're going to... Oh, that's... a little close. not feeling like I'm so close in the material for it to bite into it or hold on. But yeah, because next week's stream I had planned to actually go over the fight and brackets because it'll be closer to finals and stuff. And there's some stuff I want to review to go over, like because I was actually looking at other people's predictions for the bracket and specifically how they thought Bigfoot would do. Okay. That's fine. You don't need my permission to play something. I'm not your teacher. I'll allow it. This is not a pretty low key. Typically I have pretty low key stream. That is not what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah. There's gonna be I want more material there in the. I always like this feature in the front, but I think I made it entirely too aggressive. Probably want to push this but end up get away with a little bit more. I feel like every combat robot thing is just like how much or as how little of X can I get away with? Because if it isn't on the verge of being too much or too little, you're probably doing something. Go back. I don't know what I would have done if I had to be an engineer before the invention of like computer aided. I can't draw for crap. And so much of it is like me moving something like just a little bit. Making minuscule changes. That doesn't. Bossing. Oh, that boss. Forgot it. I did a loft. I did a loft for this and I regret it so much. Because normally I print things with this side down, like with the side that gets hit down. But because it's a loft, it's like, it looks like it'd be flat, but it's just not quite flat. So trying to print it face side down, impossible. I got too fancy. I do that a lot. Got too. To adjust this, I need to adjust these. I think now I'm really trying to remember how I made it. That's how I did this. I did some chicanery. did point that. I think the problem is I'm trying to make it not go up because I want the edge of the top plate is determined here. That way. Okay. Yeah, I think we might want to go. Like, we're getting closer to where we want it, but that's not. Yeah, then that's going to leave enough material for it to not be etchy. And this still looks cool. It's not like a front weight. Because God forbid I make anything a 90 degree angle. I don't like having 90-degree angles on the outside of the rope. I'm gonna have to redesign the forks because Skippy taught me that the forks had too much movement. Because it's one of those where it barely doesn't have enough, like, because it's TPU it ended up going, like if it was against a rigid object it would have been enough. I have to make easy. Whoops, not actually. Oh my gosh, the cats are getting angry with each other. Probably gonna end up having to leave like right at 8 just because that's cute. That was another thing. I think the forks are a little bit longer than they need to be. I feel like that didn't change. I don't think that changed what I wanted it to change. That's what I thought so too. I did some weird stuff to make this. Oh, this was a set length. That's the length I set. Okay. That's why it's all goofy. Half an inch shorter. Because I worry that like what's gonna happen if the forks are too long. Is like because I want to be able to pin people and then punch people. If I make it too long, they're not going to be in the punch zone. So I think by making it just a little bit shorter. keep them in the punch zone. I think even also making it shorter will reduce how much it can get kicked up, because there's a certain amount of force that's required to make it rotate into that position. And if there is, look like it's, and if it's the longer it is, then the more torque that it can put on it to put it into position. Yeah, I think making it just a half an inch shorter. Got to get them in this position. Might go a long way. I feel like these shoulder bolts are way longer than they need to be, but the reason I'm using these shoulder bolts is because I have like 50 of them. Don't ask me where I got 50 shoulder bolts that size. Better. Oh, I need a. Oh, I didn't finish on the sides. I got distracted trying to change this part, and then I'm actually getting pretty close to being where I want to be with Hodag. I'll end up changing the top last, because the top just, well, because I changed this, I'm gonna have to change the top anyways. This hole is, and I'm gonna, because the switch hole, not where, like, I don't need a switch hole there, and I think some of the holes I made on there are way too, although I hope I actually do get my grudge match at finals, because I do want to see how this UHMW works, because it's not a thing I've seen people do, use UHMW to prevent people from coming as like armor, sort of, especially armor that is like a extremity, because there's a very good chance that just pops these. But I wanted something I can make quick and didn't have to like have machined or CNC'd, because I don't have access to those myself, and expensive and take time. And definitely in the horizontal version, I'll probably try to bend the, well, obviously for the horizontal version, I'll definitely end up bending it to have the maybe that's what I do for even the horizontal version, having TPU, or not TPU, titanium like wedge, but like a titanium wedge in front of the UHMW, and then the UHMW is kind of like to reinforce the shape of the titanium. I kind of want to see how this works against somebody. It would be ideal if there's a drum spinner that wants to fight me at finals, but I don't think there's that many. maybe because like, or maybe even maybe a horizontal. We'll see. Just long as it's not an undercutter, because that would f up the forks real bad. Should have not deleted. I should have just changed the sketch plane. That's what a smart. I'm not gonna try to go like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I think about 10-15 minutes I might end up leaving because the cats are getting ornery and they like to be fed at 8 o'clock. I almost did a thing that I do a million times where I want to edit or add a sketch, or I want to edit a part in the assembly, and then I make a sketch in the assembly instead of facing it. Instead I make it in the assembly, and then I have to like, and I like get far into the sketch and go back. Here again. But that's not a real thing. I thought about making a front wheel mount. That's what. That's a concern. If I get hit just right, they're taking out the front wheel. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. It just gets stitched. I'm gonna be. You're hungry. Up there in a minute. I did the thing and it told me it's a assembly context sketch. Dumb. It wouldn't let me change the I want to see at what point it cuts all the way. Ah, get it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this pretty much as close to the edge as I can get it. Okay, yeah, of course. I know. You know what I'm thinking? I think I'm gonna do it the other way around. I'm gonna have to create a part that mounts to the bottom plate. I think I'm gonna do that next time I stream. I gotta go feed the cats. I'm gonna put that down before I forget. Notepads. I never can find one. But yeah. Because then it's going to be less sketchy, because then they'll only be able to hit that head instead of being able to hit the whole. Instead of hitting like those. and then it's gonna be like a slot essentially, and that'll also make it so I can fetch. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. I have to get going because otherwise the cats are gonna riot and they're gonna overthrow me. Okay, because Alyssa isn't here to feed them, so I gotta feed them. And next week we're gonna be talking about final stuff, the MRCA finals. I'll be going over the bracket. I'm probably gonna review some fight footage on stream of some of the first competitors I fight. I'll probably curate some Ampere footage and some flight footage, maybe, and then go over some the other possible matchups. But you guys have a good night and have a happy Halloween.